All right, Emily, here's your lesson on Sweet Home Chicago. I'm calling it the 12-bar blues lesson. All right, so if you notice, first thing, my bass has 5 strings. Your bass only has 4 strings. So my top string, we're just gonna ignore this whole string, pretend like it's not here, okay? So when I say the first string, I'm talking about your first string, the string closest to you, that'll be the thickest string. That's our E string. And then we got our second string, that's your second thickest string, that's gonna be our A string. And we're gonna play most of this song just on those 2 strings, okay? So we're gonna start with your top string open, so we don't need to fret anything on our first note. Just an open top string. And then we're gonna come down to our second string, and we're gonna come to the 4th fret. 4th fret, that's 1 up from the dot. And then we're gonna go down to our 2nd fret, 1 below the dot. And then we're going to come back to the 4th fret, but on our top string. And those are our first 4 notes, so it's going to sound like this. And I would probably just take a minute and practice that. I suggest you play it with your pinky here, and so it'll look like this. So I'm hitting the 4th fret with my pinky, the 2nd fret with my first finger, then back to the 4th fret with my pinky. That's the way I suggest you practice it. And that's our first 4 notes. And now this is a 4/4 time, 4 beats per measure. They're all quarter notes, so you should count when you play and just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's phrase number 1. Phrase number 2, we shift the whole thing down, and now we're going to start on our 2nd string, but we're going to play the exact same thing. So now you'll have your 2nd string open, then your 3rd string on the 4th fret, 3rd string on the 2nd fret, and 2nd string on the 4th fret. I'll play that one more time. All right, so those 2 phrases together are going to sound like this. All right, and that's almost the whole song. We just keep playing those phrases, all right? So we're going to go on our top string. You play that once. Then the 2nd string, you're going to play that once. Then we go back to our top string, and we're going to play it twice. Then we go back to our 2nd string. We play that twice. Come back to our top string, and we play it twice again. And stop. That's most of the song right there. We got one more part, and this is the trickiest part of the song. And we're going to do a little more fretting. So now we're going to come up here. We're going to be on our 2nd string on the 2nd fret with our middle finger. All right? And then we're going to come to our 3rd string on our 1st fret with our 1st finger. Then 4th fret on that same string. And then back to the 1st fret. So that's going to sound like this. You with me? Play it one more time. Okay. Now next phrase, you're going to do your 2nd string open. 2nd string 4th fret. 3rd string 2nd fret, and then back to your 2nd string on the 4th fret. So those 2 phrases together sound like this. Okay? Now that's going to take some practice, just that part. And I'm still keeping that pattern, keeping my pinky on my 4th fret and using my first finger for my second fret notes. Okay? This is the very last part of the song. We're going to come back to E, and we're going to play it 1. And now you're going to need to count this part. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing that phrase, and I'm ending on my open E string, my open thick string. That's 1. Then I go to my second string, and I go open, 1, 2. It's a little walk up there. And that's right after we come out of this phrase. So you're going to come out of this. One, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's very important in blues music. It's called the turnaround. Technical name for that little maneuver right there. All right. And that's the whole song. All right. Now I'm going to play the whole thing for you, start to finish. That's it. That's Sweet Home Chicago, the whole song. All right, so I would practice that just like that. Practice it along with the song. And if you get mixed up a little bit, sometimes you might accidentally be on the A when you're supposed to be on the E. That happens a lot. But just remember that basic pattern. We're going to start on the E for 1, A for 1, E for 2, A for 2, then E for 2 again, and then we're going to do our little extra maneuver, and then the turnaround. If we get to a point where we're comfortable doing that, if you'll notice, I'm just doing this in single notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get real comfortable, I would try to double the notes and do this number. I'm fucking it up. Notice on this part, I go back to playing single notes right here. It's just too fast. You couldn't fit double notes in there. But everything else you can double up. And that makes it sound a little more authentic, like the real song. But it's the same notes you're playing. You're just playing all of them twice. And last tip, if you're wondering about the right hand, I generally keep 1 string for each finger. So if you notice, my top finger, my first finger, is on my top string, and my middle finger is on my second string. And I keep them like that. Then whenever I go to the A part, so you drop down a string, I drop both fingers down, just like this. So I'll show you what that looks like. Then I go back. So yeah, 1 finger per string is a pretty good method to start out with. So there you go. We're right at 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good. Sweet Home Chicago. If you got any questions, call me. This is a great song to start out with. You'll be jamming in no time. All right. Hope you enjoy it.